Hey,
Hey, hey, hey, hey.
we're back again.
With another video.
Yeah. So what are we doing today?
So today we are going to be talking about social media and whether it's a trap, its impact on society. But we're just speaking from our point of view, right? So this is all our opinion. We are by no means professionals in this.
And I feel like we might have some different opinions on certain things, but you know, at the end of the day, you just say how you feel, right? And then we can just talk about it.
Yeah, and we are going to add a little twist to it. So we're going to be playing Jenga, double Jenga. So I have my own, Xavier has his own, and we're going to see how long the other...
Basically, we're just gonna see who's gonna win.
We're gonna see who's
you
gonna win.
You all know it's your boy. You can let us know in the
Anyway,
comment
don't
who
hype
you
yourself
think
up. Don't hype yourself
won,
up.
but yo.
So, social media straight up. Do you think it is a trap?
I mean, when you think of what I think of social media, I mean, coming from two different perspectives.
Sorry, can I start again?
Nope, that's your fault. Coming from I have no, you're not. You can put that piece back, but at the end of the day, you can pull up a different one. You see how long it took me to pull out that one?
Because I just realized what I did and I was like, that's dumb.
Nice. Well, when I think of social media, I think of, you know, a platform that you can use for two different things. You know, like when I think of social media, I think you can use that to benefit yourself as a means of like marketing, you know, but at the same time you can use that for thirst trapping or just depicting a lifestyle that you do not actually have. You know, so when I think of social media a trap? Yes, but it depends on where you're viewing it from. So for example, certain people, and I mean I could be guilty of it, who knows, but certain people tend to only put on social media the positive highlights of their life, you know.
True.
And it's like when you travel, you know, you got a promotion at work, that's when you go on social media.
Just a
to
big
let
life
people,
event that's exciting.
yeah, and then your followers tend to see it as oh, you know, everything is great with this person, you know, like look, they're traveling, like look, they got a promotion at work, like look, they have a lot of money, like you're watching them on the weekend and it's like every weekend they seem to be like partying, but like on the real, maybe that's not what it is, you know. Maybe they happen to be at a club and they were walking by a table and they happen to know one person, and you know, in that moment, you know, they decided, yo, I'm gonna
let me just post up by this
post
bottle.
up by this bottle, take a quick selfie, say shout out to basically the one person you know, but everybody. People do that, yeah. And then you're watching it from your bed and you're like, oh, that person looks like life is great for them, and you know, and that could be a trap because now you as a viewer, you're taking that in and you feel like, you know, nothing is going great for you, you know, you're suffering, but this person isn't really doing better, right?
No, that's very true, and I think we're all a little bit guilty of that, of wanting to just put up the highlights of things happening in our lives, because when you really think about it, when you're going through rough times, or you know, things really are not the way that you want them to be, like that's a really vulnerable space to put yourself in, to share that as well.
Yeah.
Right? And so you don't really want people to know the downside.
And I give props to people who share the positive aspects of things, especially like your life. At the same time, I give props to people who are vulnerable enough to show the downsides. You know, because like, and I mean, you don't necessarily have to, like, I feel like you don't have to let people know you're going through things, because sometimes you're just doing that for empathy, you know, you just want someone to reach out to you and be like, hey, how are you doing, you know, da da da. But at the same time, if things are great, things aren't that great. Just having that balance, letting people know, like, it brings out this realness in you. And I mean, your enemies might use that to their perspective, to their benefit.
Yeah. But like, and also just to add to that, you showing people, just a glimpse of other parts of your life that are not as glamorous or lavish or whatever, like he said, makes you real. And then you also find that most often people relate to you. Like, people relate to you more often when you like shed light on those parts of your life versus like the lavish, you traveling and going places all the time. And yeah, it's like a very relatable thing for people. So
yeah. Now, when I think of social media and it being a trap, I think of fake poses on social media. I think of the fitness gurus that want to show, and I'm not even looking at it like a female showing her body to like entertain the males, lost and all, but I just think of like females portraying themselves, males as well, but males are not really into, like, male is more of like a financial thing. You want to show money when that could have just easily been your rent. You get your rent in all cash and you're like, yo, look at this, 20 bills, 50. By the end of the day, you're just paying that up. It's not money that you're about to take out there and like blow on a Gucci bag, or you're flaunting on social media like you got it, but that is just a bill you're trying to pay. But female, going back to like the female thing, is like standing in certain postures that make you look like this is what you got, but at the end of the day,
so you're talking about like when you really don't have that much of a booty, but
you have a stance that makes it look like you have a booty.
Okay.
And I say that because it's like, and there are girls on social media that would show you the pose, and you're like, oh wow, look, she has flat tummy, she has like nice curvature and all that, but then she would like slide. It'll be one of those posts that you can slide, right? And the next one, she stands normally, and you're like, oh, she kind of has a little bit of tummy, and they show you like real versus social media, and that's the trap I'm talking about, because there are people that all they do is show you that side where it's like, I look this way, I'm just standing because that's kind
and
of
then you see them in real life, and it's like,
what happened?
Where'd the booty go, though?
And you kind of catch it most times when you look at like videos versus pictures. It's like in a video it looks this way, but then on the flip side, they do the video and you're like,
it's a whole different story, shorty.
But I mean, to me, that's a trap.
That's a trap.
That's a trap, because you're putting out something that truly isn't there, and then making people who look up to you or like aspire to be you seeing something that isn't 100% real.
Also, and in relation to that, there's also the ones that do have the booty, but it ain't natural, but they be posted up in the gym telling you that you gotta do 5 squats once a week or something to get a booty like that. And we all know it actually is legit.
Now that hurts. I mean, obviously you have to show off what you paid for, right?
Which is okay.
It took money to pay for it.
That's okay. No, that's the thing though. My point is that like that's fine. If you get enhancements and all that, that is 100% like do you, boo. But what I'm saying is, like, when you have females out here that really are trying to build that butt in the gym, and some of the people that they follow don't even actually have a booty like that through training and, hitting the gym 4 or 5 times a week or whatever and just going ham, Some people don't naturally actually have a big booty, but other people are being deceived and being told that, I gained this butt by hitting the gym.
So what you're saying is, if you go and happen to get enhancement to your body, you shouldn't be on the fitness side of things letting people think this is what you have to do to get that kind of body shape.
Like, you can love fitness, you can get body enhancement, still be, a fitness head and everything, but to tell people that you got that by, lifting heavy in the gym or whatever, when in reality, that's not the truth. I think that's a little deceiving.
And that's a trap.
And that's a trap.
That's a trap.
Savior's about to lose. You're done.
Ooh. They don't call me Savior for no reason.
Okay, stop.
Now, something that is more, that would kind of hit closer, because we're married, you know, would be like relationships. You know, I don't know. I don't personally see myself as someone that would give relationship advice, because I know everyone's different. People like kind of mingle and join together differently. But I feel like I don't know how to say this, because when it comes to relationship, everyone looks up to like this, you know, couple out there, and whenever, I mean, on social media, you don't necessarily put up the good and the bad, right? Like when it comes to relationship, it's like you're just in a relationship. You take pictures when you take pictures. You don't necessarily are able to take a picture when you're fighting. It's like, I'm getting into this beef with you, and I was like, I just take a selfie, letting everyone know we're mad. You know, you can't necessarily do that. But just when people look at other couples and are like, oh, I aspire to be like this couple, I personally don't think that is a thing. Social media puts up this whole facade that it's, you know, you see this glamorous side, this happy, this loving part of a couple, and you want to be like that couple, but and you like put every relationship that you get into basically to be like that couple. When that is not how reality is. People do fight, people do make mistakes, and people like fix that, but you do not see that part of like relationships, because all you see is pictures and videos and all this like glamorous side of like relationships, and then you take that to be the face for your own relationship, because it's like you're like, oh, but this person says that this is what him and his girl does and that's what keeps them happy, but now you're with someone that is not an idea that they have in their head as like a happy relationship, and now you're like forcing them to become another couple when that is not your couple. You know what I'm saying?
It's not what works for the two of you.
Yeah, it's like there are couples that the way they fight and like recover from like an argument is different. And I mean, you can let people know this is how you do it, but you trying to like make your own relationship be a mirror of another relationship is always like, it's destined for failure. And that is, in my perspective, what social media does to people as a trap, you know, because you see this and that's what you want to like place on yourself. But just know that relationship is so dynamic. Like, people are different, we're all raised differently, our parents like had a different kind of relationship, and that's what different culture. You can't use that to you know, dictate yours.
100%. No, I agree with you 100%. And we always have to remember that like you're seeing a picture, but that picture is only one moment out of that entire relationship. So it's like you can't judge a relationship based off of one moment. Like you said, people could be arguing and then they're like, hold on, let's take a quick picture in front of this like Porsche or whatever. And then you pose for the picture and then you go back to like arguing. So yeah, you can't take that one picture or whatever 5 pictures that you see of a couple that looks happy, looks like they're living their life, and assume that they're living their best life and that they have no problem. Because honey, listen,
people do have problems.
People got problems.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that one. I haven't played in a while,
but I feel like you're ahead of me because yours looks higher.
Oh, I'm winning for sure. I'm just
okay. Let me catch up. I'm too invested in listening to you right now. Let me catch up.
Now.
Hey! I won. I'm in.
But back to.
Can you keep playing with me?
I can try.
Okay.
But back to the topic, social media being a trap.
So, like, really, I feel it can set a lot of unrealistic expectations for people.
Yeah.
Whether it's like relationship or fitness,
financial,
like
happiness.
Basically all aspects of life. Like, somewhere on social media, you'll find something to compare to.
Yeah. And that's kind of like my thing is just being aware of the fact that you could be getting catfished by people's like portrayal of what they do on social media. Just being aware of that kind of creates this realistic view of what you see on social media. Not being like dumb or just being like naive to the fact that people aren't necessarily what they portray on social media. It's just a whole like you're just destined for destruction in my perspective, because you're always gonna be comparing your life to this life, or in like being unhappy of what you have in front of you, because you're always looking at someone else
that you think anyway
has more, but it's not necessarily true, because people tend to only put and showcase the better side of anything.
Yeah, and I mean, when you think about it, like, of course there are people on social media that, yes, are ahead of us in the game in terms of like finances and, you know, traveling and everything. So yeah, sure, we can keep mind of that, but at the same time, it's still a dangerous thing to just compare your life to that person's life. Work towards getting your finances up. Like, work towards, you know, building that budget so you can travel and stuff. But sitting there and looking at somebody else's account really just like plays with you mentally.
Yeah, because you want to use that as an aspiration, motivation, but you don't want to use that to like put yourself down.
Yeah.
In the sense that you don't want to be like, oh, this person looks happy, why am I not happy? This person's relationship looks great, why is my relationship down?
And I start thinking, like, I need to do this in order to be happy.
But that's not what it is. Like, happiness is all perspective. It's like what you think brings happiness isn't necessarily what brings happiness. Like, happiness to a rich person is not because they have money. You know, it could just be because they have a family.
And a lot of people are rich, but that still hasn't brought them happiness.
Yeah,
like,
they're depressed.
Yeah.
They're using substance to like, you know, they have to go see therapists and stuff. It's just, money doesn't necessarily bring happiness, but I mean, everyone needs money. Yeah. We all do need money, but yeah. So in conclusion, what I think and how I feel is social media can be a trap if you're naive at the fact that everything is real. That's my thing.
No, I agree with you too. It's definitely a trap in that sense as well. Just taking what you see, and believing that for what it is, and not taking into consideration that at that very moment that person might actually be going through some hard times. You never know what people are going through behind closed doors. So
you just you end up putting yourself down for no reason.
And you know what? I'm guilty too. Like, I can't sit here and preach like I know it all or I'm perfect when it comes to, you know, not comparing myself. I'm guilty as charged.
We all are.
Yeah, I'm working on it though, and you know, practicing a little bit of gratitude every day helps too.
Yeah.
For what I have.
Because a lot of people tend to forget what they do have, and like, because if you tend to compare your life to someone beneath you, you would have this sense of gratitude for what you have. But if you constantly keep chasing what someone else ahead of you is doing, then you always feel like you're not doing enough. You know, you always want to be like them, and even when you become them, now you're looking at someone else and you're like, yo, that person is doing this, they're flying in private, you're flying first class, people are flying economy, but you're looking at a person flying in private jets and you're like, my life isn't great, and you keep chasing that, you're gonna die feeling like you never accomplished anything, when in the scheme of things you did accomplish more than most people did, or most people have in this life. So my takeaway is social media can be a trap.
Yeah, in the sense of like unrealistic expectations. Yeah. Okay guys, as you can see, I came up on top. I won the game, as I told y'all it would happen. But
no, I really like this, and I look forward to having this kind of conversations.
Yeah, that was nice and short and sweet. I know we didn't touch on all aspects, because I think a whole lot falls under this whole social media being a trap and how it impacts people. We only touched on a little bit, but yeah.
So I'm gonna leave you guys right now. more videos coming our way, so coming your way, my bad. But for now, we just need you guys to go down there, like, share, and subscribe.
And comment. Like, we love to talk to people and get to know people and see what your opinions and inputs are. So.
And if there's anything you feel like we said that you do not agree with, just let us know as well. And if there's anything you'd like us to talk about, please put it in there as well. All right? Bam!